this is from Forbes.
Mhm.
This is just a couple days ago, and I didn't originally see it on Forbes. I saw it scrolling through the gram, if we're being honest. And you went and found the article, so here we go. Forbes article headline reads: Queen makes history as they sell their catalog for more than $1 billion. I'm gonna say it again. Queen makes history as they sell their catalog for more than $1 billion.
My ears are still ringing. Okay,
It says here Queen's catalog of hits and best-selling albums has been purchased for an eye-popping sum, one that appears to be historic. According to Hits Daily Double, the rights to the band's music have been acquired for well north of $1 billion. Sony Music is the company that agreed to pay that figure, which also includes their other rights connected to the Rockers. According to Variety, and Forbes making sure they let us know everywhere they got information from, and I appreciate that. According to Variety, the deal doesn't feature monies connected to live performances. Monies. My friend Nestor loves the word monies. That's one of his go-to words. Um, it doesn't feature monies connected to their live performances, as the group is still performing. For years now, Queen has been touring with Adam Lambert filling in for Freddie Mercury. The acquisition appears to be the largest
oh,
purchase for a single.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I did. The acquisition appears to be the largest purchase for a single artist catalog in history. There has never been a 1 billion plus sale, at least none that the public is aware of. Now that threshold has been crossed, and it may have expensive repercussions in the future of the music industry.
Hmm.
All right, I'm skipping ahead so we can get to the number. They're saying it's 1.2 billion after the exchange rate is taken into account because it was €1 billion.
Okay. Okay. That's
Um, yeah, so there's more. If y'all want to read more, y'all could go look up the Forbes article. Not much more, but there's a little more there. Yeah, yo, let's talk about it, man. 1.2 billion, Sony Records.
I never totally understand. Like, I would love to talk to someone who is not on the record label side, but like on the artist side about who has done, and we don't know any of these people. But like,
We're
who has done one of these
we
massive deals where they sell?
we are we are we are simply specks in this universe,
Right,
and
but
those
I'm
people are far bigger than specks.
right, but I'm just trying to understand. I understand like the money aspect of it. I understand why people sell things that they create. Kind of like when Dr. Dre sold Beats by Dre. Like I understood why he sold it. It's I don't want to get into all of the mechanics of that, but I get it. Um, there is a benefit to that, but I also the question that I would want to ask is how do you is it that the money is more important to you than your um
Catalog.
intellectual property essentially,
Mm.
or is it not even like that deep? Is it just simply our music is out there and our music is everywhere and we are huge, and no matter where we go, what we do, people will play our music. Our like there's it's not so it became so big, and it's so much bigger than just a person or a few people that it doesn't matter anymore who owns it. So why not sell it and make a profit off of it? Like I guess I don't understand the thought process when people are selling their catalog. Um you hear about so many people trying to get their catalog back, or making sure that they own their catalog from the beginning. So it's always fascinating to me when you hear about certain artists that sell their catalog. My question to them is, what made you decide to sell it? And I don't have those answers. So, I mean, I think it's massive. I think it's pretty incredible that they were able to sell their catalog for that much money. But as far as like, is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. And I don't even know if that's a question in this conversation. But I just, I'm so curious about how artists view this, artists who have done this view this. I don't know.
I think it depends on a few factors. I think you got to kind of figure out, and it's hard to today because of streaming and licensing and all these other things. But um, I guess the question is it lucrative for the artist to sell their catalog, or are they making enough money off of their catalog where it makes more sense to hold on to it? Also, in a lot of these deals, they're selling what exists already.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you feel, hey, I still got plenty of other projects I'm working on, or I know I can still make a whole new catalog, then you may stress it a little less.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know when The Dream and Lil Wayne sold their catalogs, people were saying like, oh man, this is crazy. They sold it for too cheap. And that was my thought. Like those two people work on so many things and put out so much music. I don't think they're worried about it because they're going to be able to make much more music and create a whole new catalog if they want to. So I think it depends on many factors. Like Queen, none of Queen is young, and so maybe this was the big cash out. I think it depends based on artist, but it's basically what's more lucrative. Does it make more sense to keep getting whatever we're getting in revenue, or is it better to take this large lump sum? I think it's going to vary on a case by case basis. If I remember correctly, before this, the biggest buyout was Bob Dylan's catalog.
How much was
Uh,
that?
I think it was like eight. I think it was like 800 or 700 million. I could be wrong. We spoke about some of this stuff a while back, so it was a while ago. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to look it up. I could be wrong, but my point is, for every artist, it's gonna vary, right? And for every artist's estate, right? Some of the people have passed already, so their estate may find that it's more lucrative to sell the catalog.
Yeah.
I just think that this number is astronomical and very fly. That's my only real thought there. 1.2 billion. That ain't no small number. And Queen is a ginormous band, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it's a large number.
Yeah, it also has to be divvied up.
Right. So listen, I think this is awesome. And if they feel it makes sense, I don't really have any judgment because it's not about me. It's about what makes sense for them financially, as well as everything else they have going on. So yeah, I don't have too much to weigh in on here. I just thought that we should discuss it because of the number, and because of the band. It's not like this is some small band that we never heard of. This is a huge band. So
let me ask you something.
Mhm.
How much you think I could get for my catalog?
For your catalog, oh man, I don't know. That's a good question. You got to speak to somebody who knows those types of things. I don't really know. I don't really know those kind of things because you are the king of R&B.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm
So
thinking I could just put together all of the clips of me singing on the pod on this one and the old one, and then sell that.
sell your catalog. There you go.
Those are my masters.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
we got to
you know,
get this praised.
Yeah, yeah, your imaginary catalog.
Hey. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're using that as a segue. So I'm
Of
not gonna
course,
not too much, but
of course.
my catalog is not imaginary, okay? It
Of
is
course.
well documented.
Yeah, yes. There are years of catalog that we can go back and pull
So
up.
anyway,